Let's go over the full NFL Week 4 recap. Let's get into it. Lions beat the Packers 34-20. Lions are the cream of the crop of the NFC North right now. David Montgomery ran all over the Packers, 32 carries, 121 yards, 3 TDs. Whew, what a game for him. Jaguars beat the Falcons in London 23-7. 3 turnovers for the Falcons ain't helping anything for them. Once again, make Ritter beat you with his arm is the secret versus the Falcons. By the way, I don't think these London games hit the same as games being played in the States. What's your thoughts on that? Rams beat the Colts in OT 29-23. One of the many games this Sunday where it was a come from behind situation, but Colts couldn't lock this one up. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp on the same field could be dangerous when Kupp comes back. Wow, what a wild one for the Rams. Ravens beat the Browns 28-3. No Deshaun Watson for the Browns. The game was a wrap at that point. Easy win for the Ravens. And by the way, why do I get some Step Brothers vibe of what Marlon Humphrey wore here pregame? You know, I can't be the only one that thinks that. You know, is that Dale or Brennan? You tell me what's going on here. Vikings beat the Panthers 21-13. Wild stat on this one. Vikings had the ball for 21 minutes, 31 seconds versus the Panthers had it for 38 and 29 seconds. Panthers could not find a way to close this one out despite having the ball for almost 40 minutes of the game. Unreal. Titans beat the Bengals 27-3. Boy, are the Titans the most two-faced team in the NFL. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde team in the NFL, for sure. Don't know who's going to show up game to game, but then again, you did play against the Bengals, and it ain't looking good for them at all for the season, man. Bucks beat the Saints 26-9. I'm stunned the Bucks won this one. I'll give them a shout out on this win, but that AFC South has been beating each other up for the last few weeks. Let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Bucks being 3-1 and see how they look next week against the Lions. That's the true test. Bills beat down the Dolphins 48-20. Betting advice, always choose the over spread for the points scored in a Dolphins game. I ain't no financial advisor, but it seems like a sure bet these days, man. Woo! Broncos came from behind and beat the Bears 31-28. It was an absolute beatdown by the Bears. And then they decided to go to screensaver mode and fall asleep and let the Broncos win this one. The toilet bowl was much more entertaining than I thought. Shout out to Justin Fields for my fantasy team. Finally show up and give me a good game after 4 weeks. Thank you. Eagles eke out a win versus the Commanders in OT 34-31. Good teams find ways to win in tight games, and the Eagles are excellent at that this year. Tough one to beat, guys. Texans destroyed the Steelers 30-6. Yes, I said 30-6. I mean, this wasn't even a game dang near at any point of the game. Just seemed like a lopsided game from get-go. Hot take, CJ Stroud, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Woo! Chargers beat the Raiders 24-17. Well, the Raiders out-chargered the Chargers when they were chargering. Khalil Mack had an absolute monster game of 6 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Wild stat, Mack just missed the record sacks by one player, set by Derek Thomas back in 1990 when he had 7 sacks in one game. Only the 6th time in NFL history that a player has had a 6-sack game. Wild game for him. Unreal. Niners beat the Cardinals 35-16. Brock Purdy had 1 incompletion during the game. That is a wild stat, guys. That ain't going to go well for any team allowing that to happen. Cowboys destroy the Patriots 38-3. Good Dak showed up, but didn't really have to do much when the Patriots had 3 turnovers. Is mac and cheese done for the Patriots, and are the Patriots done as a franchise? Woo! Chiefs find a way to beat the Jets 23-20. Out of nowhere, Zach Wilson looks like a quarterback for once. It all ends with a fumble. Plus, the Chiefs get timely penalties at critical times of the game. We've seen this before. These refs give them these calls all the time. Unreal to be able to see that and how often it happens for the Chiefs at the right time of the game. Good night. Seahawks beat the Giants 24-3. End the week with a wild stat. Giants have been outscored at home 64-3. Unbelievable. And the Giants fans are down bad. That's your week 4 recap. Wild week all around. Let's get into week 5. Let's go.